Yo.
Hey, who? What's up?
Yo, yo.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, you know that site that you were telling me about?
Our website, you mean?
Yeah, what's the address?
TTP colon slash
Backslash or forward? Backslash?
www dot.
Mother
And don't forget the .com.
computer.
Anyway, I gotta go. I got stuff here.
Cool, got it. Okay, thanks. See ya. Bye.
What is your name? What is your question? I will now stream in the data you requested. Depending on the speed of your connection, this may take several seconds. Are you willing to wait? And please, type a little faster.
Okay.
Your stream has now begun.
You may find yourself living in a shotgun shack, and you may find yourself in another part of the world. Letting the days go by, let the water hold me down. Letting the days go by, water flowing underground into the blue again. After the fun is gone, once in a lifetime.
What is your question?
Same as it ever was. Same as it ever was.
Hey! We'll have to apologize in advance here for the delay in our signal you'll be experiencing. We're just trying to bump down our resolution to comply with your crappy 640 by 480 monitor. Just a second. Okay! Alright. You know, it might be time for an upgrade, lady. Sorry. It's none of my business. I guess that's not fair. I mean, for all I know, you could be on your way going to buy an upgrade as we speak. Well, you know, not actually, because you're sitting at your computer, but you get the point. Anyway, I'm just here to help you in any way I possibly can. This stream is coming at you via our patented thrust streaming technology. So sit back, take notes, and enjoy the show. Number one thing I gotta teach you is that you don't have to spend big bucks to get on the internet. I figure you're what, a student or something?
Yeah, second year university.
Yeah? What? Mother, see if you can track where Sally's coming from. This is good.
What? You mean now?
Please? Canada, eh? So you're a Canadian student? Yeah, they bumped your tuition up another 25% again this year?
Yeah, actually.
Well, that's good that you came to us. It's probably how you found out about our URL. So, tell you what. I'll give you answers as long as you promise to get straight A's, so that I can live vicariously through you like a pathetic hockey parent.
Okay.
Okay. One thing you've got to understand. The internet was created for one purpose and one purpose only. Mass information gathering, not to make some rich men richer. Okay, so if you ever start to feel guilty, like, ooh, maybe you're doing the wrong thing, just remember, you're stealing from people who stole first. You're stealing from other thieves. Got it? Good. Now, the first thing we got to do is we got to get you on the internet for free. No one should have to pay for internet access. So what are you using now? A modem with dial-up?
56K or something.
Okay, good. Now, best thing I think for you to do is to buy an old Pentium or 46 computer. Or maybe you're getting ready to upgrade. You know, hint, hint. I should ask, have you ever taken any computer courses?
Yeah, a few, but just basic stuff, really.
Alright, okay. You know anyone who knows anything about computer hardware?
Yeah, I got some friends.
Okay, good, because you're going to need them. Okay, first thing you got to do is you grab a computer from one of them or from, I don't know, Hole in the Wall Computers, Inc., or Salvation Army or something. You can probably find one for around 30 to 50 bucks Canadian these days, these old dump machines. So the first thing you got to know is how to set up a network.
Yeah, I know how to do that. I took some basic system admin courses in high school.
In high school? Wow, you're one of those suburb kids or something, ain't you? With all those fancy courses.
We're gifted here in Canada.
Anyway, networks, okay? Networks are why computers were invented. I mean, what's the point of having a computer just sitting around doing something on its own when it's much cooler and much more entertaining to have two of them working together? And I mean, with network cards these days, cheap as toilet paper, okay? $15 sometimes. You'd be crazy not to take advantage of this technology rather than sitting on your duff and masterminding new strategies for solitaire.
I don't like solitaire anymore. Free cell is way better.
Oh, come on, Minesweeper! But, hey, look, we're getting off topic here. Anybody can pick up an old 486 system, set up a network, and soon a proxy server. The proxy server is where all the fun begins. The one you should use is called Cygate. It's very easy to set up, and it works very well with any conventional dial-up modem. Cygate is the way to go. You can download it from any download site and find a keygen maker for it on Hasta La Vista. It's the best. Just install and run, hardly any setup. It does the rest as long as your network card is configured properly. That way, anytime you connect from now on, both computers will have access to the internet.
But why would you need to have two computers on the internet? Isn't that connection being split up amongst two computers then?
Yeah, well, in the end, you're only going to be using the faster CPU, right? The 46 only going to be used as the proxy internet connection.
Why wouldn't I just use one computer? What's the point in having a proxy in the first place?
It'll make sense. Don't worry. I'm going to pull this all together now. So, what was the question again? How can I get onto the internet for free, right? Well, did you know there are a bunch of free internet services out there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know that. That's why I'm asking you how to get them.
But they're not completely free, right? The problem is that they want to put ads on your desktop. That's how they support themselves, which is more big money for big corporations. Viva la revolution. Now, which is going to make it very difficult to surf with your browser fully maximized, especially with your crappy 640 by 480 monitor. You really should think about an upgrade. Here, I'll show you what this is going to look like. Look at that. Useless. What's the point? Jeez. Nevertheless, there are ways around it. Enter the proxy server. Here's what you do. Run the proxy server service off the extra 486. Transfer your super fast 56K modem into the computer with the proxy server. Set the proxy to run every time you connect to the free internet service. When you're connected to the internet, install all internet software onto the other, faster computer. That way, even though the ads still appear on the 486 computer, you can still view browsers and your mail full screen on the main one. Problem solved, and nobody gets hurt. Just turn off or disconnect the monitor on the 486 server, run a pinger program so that the connection is maintained for as long as you like, and leave your computer on all day. You can then access the 486 using some remote administrator program in case anything goes wrong. Nothing could be better. Enjoy the comforts of free internet access without all the corporate nonsense.
Well, I don't know about all day with school and everything, but maybe all night? Downloading MP3s?
With the 56K modem? Sorry. Right. Well, call me again if you have any other problems. See you on the flip side.
Do you have another question?
I just wanted you to know that this, what you're seeing right now, is one of the rolling blackouts that we have. This is pretty much the extent of our hardship. I just sort of wanted to say that, I guess. No nuclear clouds of radiation or growing third eyes or anything like that. Just some blackouts. You know, and it's cold. My voice sounds a bit shaky. It's because it's cold in here. Because obviously I can't run the heat without electricity. But you know, bearing that in mind, I'm wearing a sweater, and I'm cold, but I'm not terrible. The fact is, the people up north are much colder than I am. It is freezing up there. There was a blizzard yesterday. I don't know what the weather conditions are today, but it was not supposed to get warmer. It was supposed to get colder. And if you haven't already, it'd be really good if you could go to the Second Harvest website or the Red Cross website, and the links will be at the bottom, sort of underneath my chin, I guess. I can't point because I got one hand holding my flashlight and one hand holding the video phone. But if you could go there and donate, that would be much appreciated. And I'll stop now and stop saying so much. Okay. Have a good night or day or whatever, wherever you are.
We arrived there for this very big Japanese tour.
Oh, hello, Tokyo.
I had to be handcuffed all the time. So I was wandering around being taken out the street where there was all these fans screaming like it was Beatlemania. And instead of going to a gig, I was going to a cell.
It was almost as if I wanted to get busted.
I mean, you know, there are times in your life you just think, okay, you're an idiot. And that's one of them. I was an idiot.
劇場内での映画の撮影・録音は犯罪です。法律により10年以下の懲役、もしくは1000万円以下の罰金、またはその両方が科せられます。不審な行為を見かけたら劇場スタッフまでお知らせください。ノーモア映画泥棒。また違法にアップロードされたものと知りながら映画や音楽をダウンロードするのも法律違反です。
Jackie and I are on a mission to stop piracy.
If this were a movie, we could take on the bad guys ourselves.
But this is the real world. We need your help.
When you buy pirated movie and music, you support criminals.
Now these criminals are counterfeiting other things, like electronics and medicine.
Take action.
Demand the real thing.
Help us stop piracy.
Let's terminate it.
Britain's organized crime police have shut down another file-sharing website, raising concerns over a complete government order crackdown of the internet. For anyone who has downloaded content from rnbexclusive.com, the crime unit is threatening prosecution with jail sentences mostly reserved for violent offenses.
10-year prison sentence, you would expect that to be handed down for very serious offences, serious sexual assaults and rape, manslaughter. Very violent offences, and you wouldn't normally expect it to be handed down in respect to downloading music illegally.
The UK government's Serious Organised Crime Agency, or SOCA, confirmed it arrested the site owner, but wouldn't talk to us about why it's threatening users with a decade behind bars. Instead, they sent this statement.
SOCA targets organised criminal enterprises profiting from the exploitation of the UK public and legitimate businesses. Much of the music offered for download by the rnbexclusive.com website was illegally obtained from artists, leading the industry to attribute losses of approximately £15 million per year to the site's activities.
The recent debate over copyright laws like SOPA in the United States and the ACTA agreement in Europe has been very emotional. And I think some dispassionate quantitative reasoning could really bring a great deal to the debate. I'd therefore like to propose that we enlist the cutting-edge field of copyright math whenever we approach this subject. For instance, just recently, the Motion Picture Association revealed that our economy loses $58 billion a year to copyright theft. Now, rather than just argue about this number, a copyright mathematician will analyze it. And he'll soon discover that this money could stretch from this auditorium all the way across Ocean Boulevard to the Westin, and then to Mars. If we use pennies. Now, this is obviously a powerful, some might say dangerously powerful insight, but it's also a morally important one. Because this isn't just the hypothetical retail value of some pirated movies that we're talking about, but this is actual economic losses. This is the equivalent to the entire American corn crop failing, along with all of our fruit crops, as well as wheat, tobacco, rice, sorghum, whatever sorghum is. Losing sorghum. But identifying the actual losses to the economy is almost impossible to do unless we use copyright math. Now, music revenues are down by about $8 billion a year since Napster first came on the scene. So that's a chunk of what we're looking for. But total movie revenues across theaters, home video, and pay-per-view are up. And TV, satellite, and cable revenues are way up. Other content markets like book publishing and radio are also up. So this small missing chunk here is puzzling. Since the big content markets have grown in line with historic norms, it's not additional growth that piracy has prevented, but copyright math tells us it must therefore be foregone growth in a market that has no historic norms, one that didn't exist in the 90s. What we're looking at here is the insidious cost of ringtone piracy. $50 billion of it a year, which is enough at 30 seconds a ringtone that could stretch from here to Neanderthal times. It's true. I have Excel. The movie folks also tell us that our economy loses over 370,000 jobs to content theft, which is quite a lot when you consider that back in '98, the Bureau of Labor Statistics indicated that the motion picture and video industries were employing 270,000 people. Other data has the music industry at about 45,000 people, and so the job losses that came with the internet and all that content theft have therefore left us with negative employment in our content industries. And this is just one of the many mind-blowing statistics that copyright mathematicians have to deal with every day, and some people think that string theory is tough. Now, this is a key number from the Copyright Mathematician's Toolkit. It's the precise amount of harm that comes to media companies whenever a single copyrighted song or movie gets pirated. Hollywood and Congress derived this number mathematically back when they last sat down to improve copyright damages and made this law. Some people think this number is a little bit large, but copyright mathematicians who are media lobby experts are merely surprised that it doesn't get compounded for inflation every year. Now, when this law first passed, the world's hottest MP3 player could hold just 10 songs, and it was a big Christmas hit, because what little hoodlum wouldn't want $1.5 million worth of stolen goods in his pocket? These days, an iPod Classic can hold 40,000 songs, which is to say, $8 billion worth of stolen media. Or about 75,000 jobs.
Perhaps on the rare occasion pursuing the right course demands an act of piracy. Piracy itself can be the right course.